What's up, guys? What's going on? This is The Spin. Here tonight, we're going to be talking about our first topic is Kanye 2020. Is he a possible candidate for 2020 running against his boy Trump and Democratic candidate Joe Biden?
They ain't homies no more, bro.
They not homies no more?
They ain't homies no more.
I don't know.
And then we also have what's going on down in Chicago. I don't know if you guys have heard.
Chirac.
But it's getting crazy. We have an actual sergeant who stood up against the police department. They tried to cover up a murder, and he was not going to let it fly. Find out more a little bit later. But our third topic,
mental health
in the black community.
Yes.
Something that is rarely spoken about.
Taboo.
And we definitely going to talk about it today, though.
Exactly.
And then
Guy Talk, the most controversial time of the show.
And what is the topic for today?
Why gentlemen aren't squat. I have to say it like that, but you know what I mean.
Why brothers
ain't shit.
Ain't bleep. Yeah, well, he said it already, but you know what it is. It's The Spin. This is Dante.
This is Ray Benz.
Kamar.
And you're watching The Spin. All right, so as I said, we're starting off. We're talking about 2020 Kanye.
Oh God,
he's running for president supposedly, and he feels like he can win. But before that, he stated, you know, he's done with Trump. He's no fan of that guy no more.
He's an idiot,
and he's definitely all about peace and love. That's the way that he feels that we are going to fix the world.
He's just tired. I mean, he has nothing to do.
If it was the old Kanye, I would probably give it a thought. You know,
you mean college dropout, graduation Kanye?
Yeah, you know,
before mom passed Kanye.
Yeah, he had some type of brain, like, you know,
some type.
Now, what if Kanye was playing a role this whole time?
What do you mean?
Just to get into this position, that this whole Kanye that we've seen pre Kim Kardashian has been a facade.
Marketing
he was
team?
Just playing dumb, playing stupid, just to get into a position of power to where he would reveal that he really is about everything that he spoke about back in graduation, back in late registration.
This
back in
man
those days.
had the audacity to say that slavery was a choice. Just leaving that there.
Like I said before, and I think I said this before.
That's a whole nother topic that we don't want to get into.
I'm gonna just say this on that.
I'm leaving that there.
I'm gonna say this on that little topic, that mental slavery in this day and age is a choice. Slavery back then was not a choice. You was forced upon you. They had no options. I mean, they did have an option. It was death, or you know.
Let's talk about the Maroons in Jamaica. They left and they moved into the mountains. I'm just saying, but that was another choice. But that was very risky as well.
Exactly. I mean, so I do see where he was trying to take it, but I feel like his execution was completely wrong, because he clarified himself later on.
Let's just clear the air. He must have an album coming out soon or something.
Listen, not for nothing. He don't need that, because his albums are doing well. He did his gospel well.
But what I'm saying is that he can only run as an independent, which the deadline is already passed.
That's a good question.
No, actually, it's not true.
Can you separate the artist and the character and the music? Can you still be a Kanye West music fan?
That's another conversation, because
we're having too much we need to stick to this topic, because
for now, because we
it's like when you hit the blunt and then you asking these questions,
right? Because that could go into like R. Kelly and everything. Right.
But no, I feel that you can, because I mean, music Kanye, like I'm talking about post, I mean pre Kardashian, Kanye is it. I mean, even his songs, I mean, the albums that he came up after Kim, I liked his music, but I just wasn't really a fan of him and how he portrayed certain things. But him running for president, I mean, to be honest with you, people are laughing. It's like, oh, he ain't gonna win. Listen,
they thought the same thing about Trump.
We all kicked ourselves out, but November 5th, 2016, we all did. So it's just kind of like, yo,
America is a joke.
It is a joke.
But we've been knew that.
This is the land, as Caribbean people call it, the land of the Claffies.
Big time Claffy, I swear. But I'm curious to see how things are going to play out. You said that it's too late. It's not too late. He actually, no, because there are some states that are still open and he could come in as a minor. So
a minor or an independent?
As a minor. So he can still get a vote. for that, towards that. So it's not. He's not completely closed off. You might see his name on the ballot
I would even
come November.
This stuff like this gives me a headache. I don't want to think about stuff
America's
like
a joke.
Listen, I'm just saying, I would not be surprised to see that he wins, because at the end of the day,
Trump won.
And a lot of people will pick him just because there's nobody else to pick. And a lot of people pick him because they find it funny. A lot of people will pick him.
A lot of people will pick him for one reason, for two reasons. One, he's Kanye West, and two, he's black.
Right.
To be honest with you, I felt a lot of people voted for Obama just because he was black.
Which was
just
the
for
case,
a change.
definitely.
And if you said I didn't vote for him because he wasn't black, it's because what he was standing for. Did you even know that he was the senator of Chicago? No. You voted for him because he was black. I didn't. I remember when the first time he ran. Remember, I think somebody asked me and Kamar when we was in Clinton, it's like, who you voting for? We both said McCain. It's like, why you not gonna vote for Obama? I was like, because he's gonna get in the house, they're gonna kill him. Thank God they didn't. But it's like, they only did it because this color of his skin and not what he represented.
But
I mean,
now
thank God
we
he
live in a
didn't represent
generation
anything crazy.
now with technologies popping and all around. You have the choice to look into the person you vote into power. Look into their past, see what they're about, see what position they hold before, see what he's preaching before and not what he's preaching now.
True.
Yeah, because I mean, listen, the 2016 election, Hillary versus Trump, everybody voted for Trump because he's the lesser of evil, but he was the more stupid of all evil. Now,
and again, if you went, instead
we
of
knew what Hillary was.
I'm just saying, instead of focusing on what he's preaching now, because of course you're gonna preach what people are going to hear. Look what he was saying back in the 80s and the 90s. See why he treated Central Park 5 guys. See all that in the past. Everything we're seeing now is stuff we've been new.
The Apprentice.
We just
Horrible
never
show.
really focused on the past. We just really focus on what's staying now. So look what happened now.
Exactly.
I mean,
History
I feel
repeats
like
itself.
And especially with Joe Biden, because I mean, everybody's a little sketchy. Everybody has a messed up past or do whatever like that. Nobody could, foretell the future. So you do dumb things, and people bring it up to you and crucify you for it.
Right.
And I feel that's wrong, because at the end of the day, it's like, I've changed. I've become a better person. So it's like, at the end of the day, if Kanye wins, I mean, would I be surprised? No. Would I be upset? No. It's just like, yo, just send them stimulus checks, bro.
America's
at
a
the end of the
joke.
day, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't voted. I don't plan on voting. As far as I see, the president is always just a puppet for the government. Whatever they might be able to get certain
businesses
things
too
passed, but at the end of the day, like anything that a president wants to do has to be approved by a couple different houses before anything even gets passed. So
unless it's an executive order,
right?
I believe in
Which is
deep
gonna
state
be-
theory
which was
that
a lot
big
of
businesses run the
those.
country. So yeah.
You know what my fear was when Trump won, and I didn't even know who Mike Pence was at the time when
What's
he
that?
picked him as his running mate, is that he would do something and get impeached, or somebody would end up doing something to him where he probably get hurt, and Mike Pence had to run the country. That's a scary guy. Mike Pence is definitely a scary guy. If you don't like Kamar, if you don't know your history, that guy is a scary guy, man. I was like, damn, they're gonna kill Trump, he's gonna get impeached, and now we're gonna have to deal with Pence. You could look on his face; he looked like there's something wrong. He is like so Christian.
At this point, I don't even care. I feel like the world is already in chaos, and it's only going to continue to get further in chaos until
it's just kind of like
the people band together and really fight and unify. But that unification thing is so hard because people let social bullshit get into the way of them coming together. So
number 2.
And it is what it is. But so I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to a lot of the conspiracies that have been going around these days, but one of the big ones now, it's really circled around Epstein, which, a lot of his secrets are coming out now. And I'm pretty sure those of you that have seen the Netflix documentary, you've learned a lot of deep information that nobody really knew about, a lot of secrets that were behind closed doors.
It's really like, I watched it at work because that's all I do. I believe it's about 6 episodes, and I watched it and I'm just kind of like, yo, like the second, after you get through the first episode, it took me a while to get through the second. It's really like, I'm not a weak stomach person, but this kind of stuff is like, it's really disgusting. It's really nasty. These big grown old men asking for massages, and they're asking for a happy finish. And now if you don't know what a happy finish is, it's when you get a massage and but these girls are like, they're looking for like extra summer. They're looking like summer jobs, like how we have, summer youth, and they don't have summer youth in Florida and stuff. So they're looking like for summer jobs, just ways to make some money just to get by the summer. And massage $200, a happy finish is extra $50. So $250 to massage somebody poorly because you're not trained, and to jerk them off. It's crazy. And it's so much deeper into that as well.
We do live in the world. There's an actual culture dedicated to perverted to men going after little kids. So to me, it's like,
well, you see, the thing with that, with the whole conspiracy is now is that they're saying that the elites, aka Epstein, Bill Gates, Obama's,
Oprah.
Hillary Clinton, Oprah, Ellen, that they're all and more people that are in like Hollywood and everything, they are involved in huge child trafficking, child rape, abuse, and rituals in where they are, it's called, well, the substance is called adrenochrome. And what it is, it's supposedly blood from an infant or a toddler when they're in a highly adrenalized state. So what I'm hearing is that they would scare the children and then kill them in that moment by withdrawing blood from them from the adrenal gland, and use that. They would drink that, they would consume that, and it would supposedly help them stay younger, or all these other quote unquote benefits that they feel that they get from these things. And it's supposedly highly sought after on the black market. So there's been videos of kids, like very underage girls like 5, 6, 7 years old, inside of this place, like serving grown adults, barely have any clothes on, doing these things. There's been pictures of kids that are raped and molested and murdered, and they're tying all of these things around these elites. And the claim is that Trump is the one that's actually working to expose them, that there's a silent war going on where Trump is trying to expose these elites, and they're supposedly playing this blame game, trying to damage Trump in the media. But behind closed doors, he's getting all of these cases pulled up and all of these people prosecuted so that they can actually be brought to justice. Now, I don't know how true or false that is, but if you look into these things, it's really deep. And I tell people, I always take things as a grain of salt, because
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And for you, that I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying it is true, but maybe I might be going back on what I'm saying, but this comes from the same man that the Central Park 5. So it makes me kind of hard to believe that. Right. Like I said, granted, things happened years ago, people can change, but it just makes it really hard for me to believe.
Right.
I'm saying, sorry, Chanel. So,
and I'm saying, I do think that there is a culture of people that are in that bracket that are doing definite things. Because I know everybody's heard rumors of like the Illuminati, people doing rituals, people doing cannibalism.
Yeah, because after you get the money and the power, after like, what's next? Try something new. Like money and power, that really goes to your head. At a certain point, after you have all the money, all the power,
if you watch
the
Jeffrey Epstein documentary, which like I said is really good. It was like he was untouchable. It was like you couldn't do nothing. Like you arrested him, you got him in jail, and he's like, all right. He got bailed out in like an hour, 3 hours, and was like, yeah, and he just walked out. I was like,
that's the case with a lot of these people, because if you think about it,
you should see how that man became a billionaire all for nothing. But go ahead.
Like a lot of them. And the thing is, I feel like what the theory is said about a lot of these communities, like Freemasons and Illuminati, etc., is that once you join, like, you do shit to where people can have dirt on you. And if they get into any trouble, they'll blackmail you. So it's like, if they do get in any trouble, you got to look out for them. And everybody's looking out for each other, because everybody has so much dirt on each other that if they were to ever get exposed, their lives would be over. So I mean, that could be another thing too, but it's hard to believe that Trump is fighting for anybody but himself.
Let's add a little something to this conspiracy. Let's just say this whole COVID thing isn't really what we expect it to be.
I'm not touching that. Nope, because I've seen it too close.
I'm just saying, because you're saying that all these people.
Let's entertain it.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's entertain it.
You're saying that all these people on house arrest and stuff like that. What happened if this was a cover up because they're on house arrest? Like Ellen can't do her shows because,
which is what they're saying in this conspiracy theory, that it is. It's a cover up, that they're using the COVID virus as a way to like make it.
I'm not
look
saying
crazy,
COVID-19 isn't real,
because what happened.
I'm not saying that.
I know Ellen's show has been shut down, and the blame is COVID. Also the Queen of England, who also is supposedly involved in this. I heard she's been removed from the castle, but they said that it's due to COVID. But they've also covered up the signs, the insignias in front of the big the house, the castle, the gates and everything. The insignias are covered up, and everybody's like, it's weird. A lot of people are saying they wouldn't be surprised if Oprah has turned up dead or she gets arrested, because like she's been MIA throughout this whole thing. And I'm like, okay.
Oprah will show up when it's time to bash another black man.
I'm like, okay, let's just say that all of this is true, right? All these things are going on, and there is definitely something going on with human trafficking, because I believe the number now with this day and age, it's 800,000 kids a year go up missing. So what's happening with all these kids? You know what I mean?
Where are they going?
Where are they going? And
they're not. You're not finding them,
right? And then also with what's going on with ICE, with these camps that they have, kids are going missing as well, and kids are being reportedly sexually abused in these camps that they have, where they're detaining these immigrants. So there's definitely something going on. But I said, all right, let's just say that this thing is true. What can you, as an individual, do about it? If these elites are elite. We're talking about Bill Gates, who has billions of dollars. What can you do against somebody like that? A lot of people say, well, you know, we spread awareness. Okay, but if you spread awareness and a lot of people know, what still can they do?
We can't. I would say kill him.
But how you gonna kill him? You know you can't get nowhere near Bill Gates.
You can if you get some. I mean, we know somebody in the army that's a sniper.
I'm pretty sure he'll get sniped before Bill Gates gets sniped. Because it's really, look at this. You and I both know, everybody here knows, with a fraction of his wealth, less than 1% of his wealth, he can wipe us out and make us look like none of us ever existed.
That's good.
It's very easy. You see regular civilians getting fucking hitmen, which are obviously not good at their job. Some of them, they get caught. But regular people are getting hitmen to do that stuff. And I know that you guys have heard before, people who have died from strange means that sound a little too strange. Even Epstein's death. Come on now. We know that that was an inside job.
Money doesn't make you untouchable. That's all I got to say.
But that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, yeah, you could talk, you could spread awareness, but you really can't touch these people. I feel like if anybody's going to harm these people, and then it has to be somebody who's an elite themselves.
But at the same time, Trump?
I'm not saying it's Trump.
No. I'm just saying, like, Trump is the Superman?
Right. That I don't believe.
The Orange Crusader?
I mean, you got people that specially trained to do certain things to certain people. So it's like...
Yeah, but I mean, you said, what can we do? I mean, outside of that, that's the only option I can literally think of. Because you're spreading awareness, you're letting people know. It's like, what can we do? We can't take them to court. They're going to win. Right. What can you do outside of taking their life?
That's what I'm saying. And I honestly feel like you make that attempt, your life is going to get took before they even get took. Because not for nothing, keep in mind, these little cell phones that we have in our pockets right now.
Listening devices.
For the FBI. Everybody listening to that. Yeah. And it's very easy for them to do.
Did anybody else realize that the phone companies actually put a COVID tracker on your phone? Remember that time that we was having technical difficulties on our phone?
That was when they had their update.
They force update that we never asked for to track us.
Right.
I didn't ask for it, but it's off though.
Right. You have the if you notice it, you can switch it on or off if you want to. It's in your options, but a lot of people don't notice it, and it's just it'll be
on. But like when they say you got to self quarantine for 14 days, that's how they would know. Right. I mean, I'll just leave my phone in the house, to be honest.
That's it. But speaking about that, now that you mentioned that, that was also a part of another conspiracy theory where, yes, listen 5G? Up. No, it's not 5G, but they're saying that whole cell phone outage was supposedly a part of a test. And what is going to happen is that they're going to shut down the power, the electricity, and the phone lines all across America for a unspecified point of time. And what's going to happen? And they say that also what happened with the murder down south in Minneapolis was also a test with training the military and forcing people into their homes. So what they're saying, that's going to be a test to where they're going to pretty much crash the economy. They're going to cut off the power, and it's going to be survival of the fittest. They're going to have the military, again, police the streets, but they're going to block off the wealthy areas like downtown, the city. they're going to have the military station there so that people of lower income like us won't be able to get into those areas, and we're going to be pretty much left to fend for ourselves. There's going to be a food shortage. Right, food shortage.
That sounds more like the Hunger Games,
doesn't it?
I'm ready.
like, man,
may the odds ever be in your favor.
I've been training all my life for this. I'm ready.
I hope you are.
All right, SpongeBob. I'm ready.
Right? Yo, that's going to be there fucking out there trying to murder people for food. But I'm like,
No,
I don't
I'm
really
join
take...
the rebellion gang. The militia.
Please, it's going to be every man for themselves, especially
There's
the
only
Bronx.
one man that can save us from this. Rayming Red Reddington. He already know. He's the black. He already got these people on the blacklist. He already know. I'm just waiting for
There's
NBC
actually a militia group prepared for this though. So like they actually bearing arms and training everything for this.
And they will get killed by the military.
We'll see about that. You don't know. In this time, we don't
Listen,
know.
keep in mind.
They're not
keep in
black
mind,
ops. You talking about black ops or military?
I'm talking about whoever they want to have will kill us. The U.S. has dropped an airstrike on black people in a whole area before. I don't know if you know about this, but it happened. I believe it was Philadelphia was a location. There was an uprising of black people that was doing well, and airstrike, boom, killed them.
Explains why Meek is so mad.
He has a whole bunch of reasons to be upset. but,
I mean, it's called a civil war. People's gonna die. What you expect?
I'm just saying.
I never heard of a war people don't die.
Don't think that they are afraid to wipe out any portion of the population to make their agenda go through. Just the same way, like we have these coronavirus. It's a man-made virus. They can plant a virus anywhere,
anytime, any day,
and wipe out a population and blame it on a virus if they want to. Look at the friggin' water that we have. Our tap water, which is contaminated with so many different chemicals because they dump all the shit in our water.
It ain't Flint.
We bathe with that. It ain't Flint, but it's still bad. There's Flint a whole bunch of
Flint water still ain't fixed.
Still got bad water. And that's why you have people like Jaden Smith that has these organizations trying to get good water in Flint still to this day. But I say this because there's a whole bunch of depressants inside of our water, and we bathe with that daily. And this is depressants.
And y'all be trying to make me drink water. You see? Let me get a Sprite.
Yo, they've been so many different chemicals found in our water, and it's like you wonder why we've become so dormant. We used to fight up for a lot of things in the past, and it's like I feel like it's systematically a way to get us to be more calm and to be more submissive to what's going on in the world. But at the end of the day, I feel like, listen, you don't have to take any of these conspiracy theories to be truth. 100%
but it's good to know.
It's good to know, and it's good to prepare. Like for me, I don't know what's going to happen in the world, but I tell you what, I've definitely prepared for any situation that may come my way.
Zombie apocalypse.
You're damn right. By the way, shout out to Ding Dong. Ding Dong have enough of these headbands for sale, so get yours now.
So, what is the third topic about a gentleman being killed by a bunch of police again?
In Chicago, unfortunately.
Chirac.
Last name Lurie is the guy who ended up being murdered in police custody, and he died by asphyxiation, unfortunately. I guess that they suspected that he had some type of paraphernalia on him.
Yeah.
He was arrested in the back seat. I mean, you guys can check out the video. It's pretty graphic in a way if you don't want to see somebody kind of being murdered on camera. But they held the guy's nose and preventing him from breathing, I guess trying to force him to spit up whatever he hid in his mouth. But you could tell the guy was losing consciousness, and they were very aggressive with him. Even so much that one of the officers put his telescopic baton in the guy's mouth, trying to force the guy's mouth open to see if he had whatever he has in his mouth. But they ended up killing the guy. And we have one very great sergeant who stood up and spoke out about it. And now he's being crucified publicly.
This wouldn't be the first Chicago cover-up. Remember 16 shots? When he shot a teenage boy in the back 16 times, and it's like, oh, he's coming at me with a knife. Check the video cam. He was walking away and shot him in the back 16 times. And no one did justice until years later.
That's ridiculous.
You gotta be grateful that now we live in a day and age with technology. You can see videos, you can see the actual proof, you can see this for your own eyes.
Right, but
I mean, we see it and nothing happens.
Well, that's slowly changing. We're seeing a lot of checks and balances now coming in.
I understand that now they're making small moves. Small moves is better than no
exactly.
Moves. But even so, like there's so many stuff that went seen and
I agree.
nothing happened.
Breonna Taylor's officers are still not arrested. The ones that killed her. She was asleep in her house. She did nothing wrong.
And that actually happens frequently, believe it or not. No knock warrants, and where they knock in your house, don't
Remember
pronounce who they are.
Right.
Remember when the cop went into the guy's apartment, she thought it was hers, and she shot him?
Yeah, that happens a lot. They also, I forgot which state it was. They did a no knock warrant
Which,
to a mayor.
not to cut you, but that story ended up being a kind of a love triangle situation. If you looked further into it, it was a mess. But she definitely was guilty.
Well, basically they didn't do their job. They served a no knock warrant to a mayor's house, bust open his house, shot the dog, threatened his wife, his grandmother at gunpoint, and just basically just hold him down for no reason. To find out, oh, he's the mayor.
It's crazy. And something similar happened to, even though this guy wasn't of a high prestige, but it was caught on camera, where a guy, he was questioned by one cop because I guess they were looking for a guy they had a warrant for. And the cop was asking for his ID. The guy was like, I didn't do anything. You know, I went to go get food for my sister. You can call my sister right now. And then the guy, like, he's getting ready to give the cop his ID. Another cop comes up completely aggressive. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. But he's like, why? What did I do? I have my ID. And the guy, in the process of doing that, the cop tackles him and takes him to the ground. And as soon as he takes him to the ground, he's saying, stop resisting. The guy's not doing anything, but just asking why. What did I do? The guy starts crying because he claims that he feel like his rib is broken because they're putting so much pressure. They're roughing him up. If you look at this guy, he's not no built guy. He's a very skinny guy. And he looks like he could have possibly been, you know, malnourished. I don't want to say he's homeless because I definitely doubt he's homeless, but he's right. You know what I mean? And he was pretty much trying to tell him, like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. So the initial cop that arrested him at first, that was questioning him at first, finally got his ID, looked at his ID and realized that it wasn't the person they was looking for. And then he was like, oh, damn, it's not him. And then the other cop was like, it's not him? That's not the guy? And he's like, the guy was stuck on stupid for a moment. It took him a while to respond. And he was like, yeah, it's not him. And the guy's on the floor crying because he's in pain and he don't understand why he's in the situation until they finally have to let him go, like get up and let him go. It's crazy, man. I'm like, this is the situation when you're black that you got to deal with. You're guilty until proven innocent. Unfortunately,
life might be lost.
The sad truth is that we're so used to this shit. Damn, number 4. We're so used to this stuff. Like, it's just kind of like when everything happened with the George Floyd and everything like that, and all my fellow Caucasian counterparts would reach out to me to see how I'm doing and all these other things. I'm like, for what? This is a regular day. This is what
it's just sad that we got to feel that way.
Exactly. 28 years I've been black. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, this is nothing to me. What, me getting stopped by a police officer or driving past a police officer and looking in my rearview mirror to see if they're gonna follow me and pull me over? It's regular. It's
daily life.
Regular. It's just regular black man stuff that
we're fighting. It shouldn't be regular. It shouldn't be like this. That's why it's fighting.
You're absolutely
I'm not gonna
right.
say it's gonna change now, change tomorrow, even 10 years from now. But we still gotta fight.
Yes, we do.
It is what it is.
But the other side of this story is that do you guys finally see why a lot of cops are hesitant to speak up? The sergeant spoke up and they took his badge.
They blackballed him.
They took his gun. They took his police car and put him on administrative leave. And he's standing up by, and I'm glad he deserves a round of applause because he's standing up by his actions. He's like, he had to do what was right. Nobody was gonna talk up. He's seen it himself, and he's like, it never sat well with him. He was like, he couldn't go to sleep knowing that this was gonna get swept under the rug because he's seen the cover up in play, and he spoke on it. And as soon as he did, they turned against him. And it's like, it's crazy because this would have just been another name, and you don't know how many names are swept under the rug. But I'm glad that there are cops like him that are willing to speak up about these situations and are willing to sacrifice, their job because of it.
You gotta understand, doing the right things come with a price, and if you're not ready to pay that price, don't do the job. Do the right thing.
That's about it.
I'm always ready to do the right thing no matter what. I gotta pay the price. I gotta pray. That's the person I am. That's the morals I believe for myself.
Can you pay my bills? The price is $3,000.
But that's sad. It shouldn't be that way. You should be rewarded for doing the right thing, not punished or reprimanded.
Well, that's not the world we live in. The world you do the right thing, you might get you go to jail.
Snitches get stitches, not riches.
You go to jail, get killed.
Man, that dumb hood
You
mentality.
will suffer negative consequences doing the right thing. But that just determines the kind of person you are. Like, are you still willing to do the right thing regardless of the consequences? I know I am. Simple as that. No matter what, I'm always do the right thing.
Well, I'll tell you who's not doing the right thing. According to y'all ladies, a lot of us guys aren't, because our guy talk topic is...
Can I say it?
You can say it.
All right. Why niggas ain't shit?
Damn. I thought he was going to clean it up, but it's all good.
Actually, if I can
Why
say
brothers... I thought you was going to say the topic, not that. But why brothers ain't, you know... Why are a lot of women facing a situation where supposedly us guys, us black men, are
men
dropping
don't
the
cheat.
ball?
Say it right now. Black men don't cheat. We experiment. But go ahead.
I mean, all right. So let's get down to this topic. They say that niggas ain't shit. All right, cool. What I've
By the way,
noticed,
YouTube, forgive us.
right? What I do, I'm gonna try to see things. Because you know what, I see why a lot of girls would say that, but I'm not gonna go into the butt yet. Let's talk about them. Let's let them feel good and hear their side of it. So, niggas ain't shit because, one, they cheat. A lot of women feel like they stick with these guys through thick and thin, through their worst days, and then a guy, when he finally gets his come up, he drops them and goes off to somebody else. It's 2. 3, you have a lot of guys that are out there getting women pregnant and not being good fathers or even caring about the kid. And then
with that one, oh
yeah.
Before he goes on to 4, let me explain something to you. If you guys, like, granted, you guys both agreed to have unprotected sex, and you got pregnant, and he's like, yo, I'm not ready to be no dad or abort it, and you decide to keep it, that's your fault. Go ahead.
But as a man, though, if you chose to have unprotected sex, you understand the consequences of having sex. 2 things can happen. I can get burned, or I might have a kid. So
Or you can get AIDS too.
That's burn.
Really? I thought burn was just herpes.
No, burn is all type of STDs and diseases.
So those are the consequences. So for you to go have unprotected sex with a female, I'm like, I don't want it anymore. I
just want to say he's trying to recover himself from the last episode. Don't go against him.
I'm just saying it's the truth. I'm just saying it's the truth, bro. Like,
if you know what, that's not the topic because we're gonna get too far on it. Go to number 4.
All right, number 4, you have guys that say they love you, but then they beat your ass. That's another thing that, you know, lets people say that.
Listen, let me explain something to you. I
shit.
love the hell out of Tina, boy.
You love that little too
Eat the cake,
much.
anime.
Right?
It's a good ass cake. Go ahead.
Then lastly, you have a lot of women saying niggas ain't shit because
they lie.
Well, then I guess that's an additional one because that's not the one
I just
that I
want to say
thought
this
of.
one thing. I'm gonna stay away from number 4 because what's rule number 3 for MVD?
We do not do domestic violence.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we also have a lot of women calling niggas, well, saying niggas ain't shit because they supposedly do not date black women.
Oh,
yeah.
God! And then
Because
they
they love
glorify
other
the black
races.
woman that's dating the white man. I hate that foolishness.
But remember, we're not going through the butts yet. We're gonna let them live a little
Oh
bit.
God, that just pissed me off. Oh, I did. Oh,
Listen.
Oh, they only date light skinned people and not dark skinned.
Right.
Listen, go ahead.
And then lastly, like he just said, you know, a lot of black guys lie. Cool.
Men lie in general. Let men lie in general. So don't say niggas ain't shit and think that because you dated a couple of black guys.
Watch the cursing, bro.
Bro, I said
This is a topic. Let's just roll with it.
Exactly.
Just don't drop
he
no
said he's
F-bombs
okay.
and
He's
you know
okay
what
with
I
the
mean?
yellow.
Let's roll.
Just because, black man lie and cheat, I'ma deal with a white man. A white man's gonna lie and cheat on you with an animal. At least we doing it with another human.
With a horse.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just like this, all right? Everything that y'all girls that are spewing this type of hate do,
I have examples, by the way, on why girls ain't crap either. But we're gonna get to guys first.
I'm gonna say that, you know, just know that a lot of girls do it too. But let me just say, based on what I've seen, why I feel like guys do the things that they do. All right. I will say I have seen guys cheat on girls because of insecurities, where they feel like, well, that's also paranoia. They feel like that girl might be doing something, so in order to protect themselves,
why is he so friendly? I've always gotten that. I'm very friendly, and it's gotten me to trouble with being so friendly. But I'm just a nice person. But you don't have to be so friendly,
right? But paranoia will make people think that, oh, they're doing something, so let me do this to protect myself. So if it turns out they're doing something,
or they go through their phone.
Fine.
And one thing that I've learned in my past is that you read text messages. You can read a text message, but you can't interpret what was said through text message. You can't. No matter what you say, I could be like, I can text Dante, say, hey, Dante, F you. But if Kamar read it, he would seem like, hey, he said F you. What's going on? You can't interpret through text. You can't. I mean,
unless full context.
Huh?
Can't understand the full context.
Pretty much. Unless you talk about, hey, baby, I want to get down and dirty.
Right now, we're not talking about what women are doing wrong right now. We're talking about what guys do wrong. All right?
I could just hear the feedback that the woman is going to give us. I can hear it.
So like I said, a lot of guys cheat. A lot of guys lie. A lot of guys do these things because of insecurities and also paranoia. I would also say that guys will lie and also do these things because some guys are just not that into you, but they love the sex.
Yeah.
They be like, yo,
your face ain't all that, but the front is nice.
But sometimes it ain't even about looks. Sometimes your personality is just so whack or so bad, or you need to, like, you're too controlling, you're too possessive, you're doing this, that, and the third.
But also, what females need to understand, and I'm talking from the guys' part, I'm not talking on the females' part.
Okay.
What females understand is that we're human too, you know? We get our feelings hurt. We may not sit there and cry and call our friends like, yo, she ain't shit. Like, we won't do all of that, but we get hurt too. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, me personally, I'm childish. I'm childish as hell. I play tit for tat. And you probably like, why don't you just leave? No, because I want you to feel it. It may be not the right thing to do, and I know it's not the right thing to do, but it makes me feel good and it makes me feel happy. Granted, you may say it may not get you anywhere and all this other stuff, but you know what? For right then and there, I feel nice.
Nah, if you hurt me, I'm walking away.
I'm gonna hurt back.
I'm still gonna talk.
You're not gonna let me invest time. Invest time. I don't care about investing money. You're not gonna let me invest time in you and then just walk away.
No, I'll walk away.
I'm still going to talk about from the female side of things. So,
oh, now we switching it?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Still going on to why guys do what they do. Another thing too is that a lot of guys, they are scared or they find security in having what is called a bottom bitch. So that girl who is ride or die, who's always going to be there. I know, who is always going to be there for them. They like to make sure that that person is always there and keep that person around just in case if the person that they really want to be with, things don't work out with them, they can always go back to you and they know you're going to be there. So
it's just a rebound,
that's another thing. You also got to recognize your position and how you're being used and how you're being played. And I would say towards the other question about, you know, the whole being a father thing, I think that.
Oh, by the way, referring to that, I have 2 kids. I didn't say that. I don't want you guys to think I said that.
Being a father, as far as being a deadbeat goes, I think that there's a lot of guys out there that wish that they can do better, but they can't do better. And then the fact that a woman will throw that in their face.
But it's so, but even with that, bro, like me, I don't have these problems. And I'm not boasting or to my own. I don't have these problems. But it's just like, even that is like, all right, let's just say the guy ain't, you know, he's a deadbeat or whatever, and he does the bare minimum. They be like, he don't do nothing. He's not doing enough. I'm not going to front. It's a lot easier for a woman to get a job than it is a man. Granted, in the workplace, the man might get paid more, but it's a lot easier for a woman to get a job than it is a man. Am I lying?
Nope.
All I can say is, if you know, as a man, you know your heart, you're doing everything that you can for your kids, you should be satisfied enough.
I know, but then you
we're not talking about our feelings yet. We're talking about the perception and why things happen right now.
We're talking from the female's perspective.
We're about to go into our perspective in a minute.
But there's also some guys out there who have like 5 kids. I have 5 kids. Probably there's new sneakers.
No,
kids,
they're also
the
women out there that would talk to that guy, the it guy that has a couple of kids, and people are telling you that he ain't really doing much for them, and then you get pregnant, and then you saying he's a deadbeat, he don't do nothing. Like, you did not know that 5 kids ago?
I thought someone female, not the guys.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's switching it up right now.
Nah,
but
I got confused.
No, I ain't gonna front. There was a lot of, I had a lot of feedback after Snap today, so I'm just, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was saying that, you know, these could be reasons why guys would do that. One, they're just not set up right financially. And believe me, when a guy is not set up financially, especially when they have a responsibility like a kid, they feel very bad inside. They might not express it to you, but knowing that you have a seed out there, a son or a daughter, and you know that you can't really take care of them, that'll put a guy through some crazy depression to the point where he don't want to deal with shit. Especially if you're coming at him with animosity on top of that. And that's really, it's not your problem. It's his problem, where he needs to get his shit together and get himself right so that he's able to do his things. But you also got to be understanding in a sense that, listen, me going so hard at him is not helping his mental space at all. You're just adding more fuel to the fire.
I mean, granted, nobody told you to lay down with him, so
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Listen, I'm hot.
But listen,
and another thing,
it's hot as hell in here.
Some men don't have proper guidance. They never had that father figure in life to show them how to show the ropes, how to treat a woman, how to be the man, how basically how to be the man. They just
to be honest, proper guidance, yes, but the whole male role thing, no.
Proper guidance, I agree
with that, but the whole male role thing, no.
And I think
there's a lot of guys in this world that has their father and still doing the wrong thing and doing different things.
Which is very true.
And there's people who didn't have any father, but he was raised by a bunch of women, like myself, and I have my older brothers that are doing just fine.
But
so proper guidance, yes.
You had proper male guidance. I'm not talking beyond father figure role. I'm talking your uncles, your aunts, teachers, mentors.
Guidance,
They didn't have no proper guidance. They didn't see healthy relationships. They didn't see how to be a healthy human being.
They wasn't taught. Yeah, exactly.
They just see what they know from TV, radios, or whatever, and just like go from that.
And now another reason why a guy could and possibly would be a deadbeat is pure honestly, he didn't plan on having a kid with you, and you decided that you was going to keep it anyway.
Let's go back to what I said earlier.
We about to flip the switch, don't worry, and then you can let all of the blood shed out.
Bro, you know.
It's about to be crazy.
That's where doing the right thing, some people don't pay the price. They're like, I don't want to pay the price of doing the right thing. So
I mean, you know what? But I do see both sides of it because, well, I mean, at the end of the day, that's a hard conversation, which I'm going to get into when we talk about our side of it, our perspective. But it's like when a girl gets pregnant, that's still a life inside her, whether it wasn't
planned or not, or whether he wanted it or not. This is a life inside me, and I'm like, and they might want to be a mother, and I'm not okay in it. Whatever. But if the guy doesn't want to be a part of the child's life, you got to understand that.
But this is the situation with that now. A lot of girls out there, a lot of women out there believe that they're superwoman. So in that thought, you're like, I'll take care of my kid myself. I don't need you. Da 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 da. And not having a kid before, and not having a kid, realizing how financially difficult it is, especially if you're not prepared for it.
I'm gonna say something to piss somebody off.
Then it's like, he has a kid. You gonna help me?
But then again, I mean? some girls know that the guy that they had a baby with ain't really all that, and it probably ain't gonna go nowhere. That's why the baby shower is so glorified, because it ain't gonna be a wedding,
right?
And that's the thing that's gonna piss somebody off.
I mean, I know some girls independently strong as hell, but they also know I can only teach so much as a mother. At the end of the day, they need some type of father figure in their life to teach them some part of how to be a man, basically.
But just know you can't force a man to be a father.
Yeah, you can't force nobody to do anything, to be honest.
All right, so now let's flip the switch.
Burp.
Because, like I said, there's a lot of these things and these stereotypes. First of all, ladies, what you need to stop doing is stop generalizing black men. Because
nobody told you to try them all.
All black men do not do the things that you guys claim.
But all black men don't cheat. We experiment.
Well, I definitely know I don't cheat, so I'm gonna agree with that statement for now. So, at the end of the day,
except for now, peep that.
I don't ever think that I'm going to be in that position to cheat, because I'm not with the bullshit. I can't deal with the drama. It's either you with it or you ain't.
The whole cheating thing with guys and girls is pretty much this. Let me break it down to you. When a guy has sex with another woman, they can have sex without any feelings attached. They could,
which is true.
Men wake up in the morning hard. just because the blood flow of, to their penis, they wake up every morning hard and be like, damn, I woke up hard for no reason, not because I'm horny, just because that's nature. They can have sex with any girl and not have no type of feelings. When a woman cheats and she has sex with somebody, there's an emotional attachment to that. That's what hurts the most. It's because it's like,
but that being said, it's still no excuse for you to violate your relationship.
It's not an excuse, but it's like I said, I play tit for tat. So I play tit for tat.
Check is not chess.
Exactly. We hopping over the holes. But I mean, I'm speaking, and it's so funny because I had a lot of phone calls and snaps earlier that I told them that I was going to talk about it in the show, and I'm going to talk about one particular person who watches the show, and she's going to kick my ass. The fact that she said women aren't the victim, they play the victim. I mean, I said women always play victim. She said we don't play victim, we are the victim. I'm like, no, you're not. First of all, but the irony, she posted something on Snap about something with her ex or whatever. But the funny thing is like, you did something to your ex for you to say that, because I think she said something pertaining to like, oh, she would like link her ex, and her ex was like, nah, I'm not gonna talk to you. You did something to that person, so that makes you now ain't shit like the rest of us. So come on this side, Miss Q. Then there was another female that I spoke to today, and years ago, me and her used to talk or whatever like that years ago. And she would, we had our thing, we had our fallout, then we started talking about it or whatever. Okay. My thing is like, why are you calling me? Because I'm bored. Where's your boyfriend? At work? Go call your boyfriend.
Right.
Why are you talking to somebody so much hours throughout the day and you have another person, regardless if they're at work or not? And like I said, we had relations years ago. Years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like intimate, relations or whatever like that. Years ago. But me personally, if I wouldn't do that. Especially if I'm dealing with somebody that I'm serious with and that I really like, I wouldn't do that because I would be upset. Right. If the shoe's on the other foot. But again, I told you I was going to put you in the show. You're in the show. You ain't shit.
Well, this is my theory for
She said I'm not shit because I dubbed on her birthday years ago. Which was like, yo, to be honest, bro, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm going to say this because I feel like this is why we have this cycle of black versus black problems when it comes to relationships.
You forgot to bring up the interracial foolishness in the last one.
Oh, we talk about that. But this is how I see it. All right. First of all, women, you need to understand that you guys have the power to control how the generation of men will react and behave. The problem is, and let me put it like this. This is why. If a guy sees a bad chick, and mind you, good guy, raised right, square, sees a bad chick, tries to get at her, she don't pay him no mind. What he gonna do? Look at the niggas that she do pay attention to. The niggas that she do pay attention to, the niggas that she idolize, could be hip-hop rappers, celebrities.
He's talking about himself.
You wish I was talking about myself. I've had bad bitches and I still get bad bitches. So
I never said you didn't.
All right then. So I'm definitely not talking about me. I don't have a problem in that department. I can show you my track list. I can show you my fucking recipe.
It's not that extensive. Go ahead.
Pull out the whole facts.
You want to bet? You want to bet?
Whole facts.
You want to bet?
Your receipts?
My receipts.
I could find something wrong with them. Go ahead.
This guy. Watch after the show was done. I bet you're going to change it soon for the next episode.
Oh, like the video you showed me in the last show? Ooh.
What video did I show you in the last time?
Nothing. Let's go.
Oh, you right.
I'm a virgin, so.
I forgot about that.
I'm a virgin.
But as I'm saying, niggas gonna try to imitate what you like. So if they see, oh, you like them flashy niggas, you like them balling niggas and everything, they gonna do that.
Yeah.
And now once I done had some of you and I see that other girls like me too because of how I'm moving, I'm gonna go and test the waters. So that's how that.
That's why I said we experiment.
I mean, from what Dante's speaking is true. I can see it. I've seen it. I noticed that. But for me, it's like, I am who I am. I'm not gonna be somebody I'm not. So,
well, I'm not talking about you because remember,
I'm saying for me, I am who I am, and I'm gonna be who I am. If I don't get you, I don't get you.
I think that everybody here on this panel is.
But yeah, but there is some guys out there that's like, why is that me? That should be me. I could treat you better than that.
Right.
Oh, that's what you guys kind of like. All right, I'm gonna be that guy, so get you and treat you better. And just, it sucks, but it's the reality that we live in.
Right.
Yeah.
And then here's the flip side of that now. Mind you, now you have a good guy who tried something and failed, so he went the opposite route to become what is wanted. But now you have the good girl who is into this guy, and he's into that girl with the fat ass and the big titties and the sexy outfits. So he's not gonna look at her and pay her any attention. So what she gonna do? She gonna sexify herself and then go after that nigga and try to get that nigga by imitating what he likes. And I'm not saying everybody does that, because a lot of people don't, but a lot of people do. A lot of people change their way. That's why people get surgery, get their body done and everything, so they can look good.
All insecurities.
It is, unfortunately, but it creates a cycle of now people getting with each other for dumb reasons when they don't really have any real connections, and all you do is end up you hurting each other.
Repetition.
That's it. A bunch of broken people creating more broken people.
I'm not gonna front, and I'm
gonna
say this strongly.
Repeat.
Guys are lazy, but guys ain't shit because we really don't care to get caught. But women are the most ain't shit because they hide everything.
That is the other thing too. If a woman don't want you to find something,
everything. They literally hide everything. And to be honest with you, they hide it in plain sight. They will hide it in plain sight, and you will look right past it.
I agree. But you know what? I can't just put that all on women, because there are some guys who are very good at it too. I know a few guys that are very good at hiding shit and have hid shit for years. So listen, don't just say it's only women. Like, both parties are guilty.
Yeah, both parties are guilty. But the topic is why aren't nigga shit. Right. And pretty much it's a whole big game of tit for tat, I feel like it's the cycle, man. Until the cycle changes, you're gonna run into a whole bunch of ancient niggas, or you make better choices, because like we was talking about with the whole pregnancy thing, a lot of girls get with these guys that don't have their lives set up and have babies with these guys that don't have their lives set up.
That reminds me of this dude saying, I forgot what he said, like dating now is dirty. It's a competition now. It's like who could be the most grimiest, instead of like opening up. It's like who could be most grimiest. Male versus females. All right, you do me dirty, I do you dirty. Let's go back and forth.
As I said, tit for tat.
Like, what's going on?
And
don't breed somebody that don't have a car and be mad at you on a bus and in the Uber. Don't make no sense. Don't breed nobody
that don't have a real job and then be mad when they don't have money to buy Pampers.
Just don't breed until you marry. How about that? That's a lot safer.
No, because there's people that are married that don't have jobs. I've seen it, and it's bad.
How do you even? You know what? I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know, but
they elope.
Huh?
They elope. They don't do like a whole big wedding. They get a ring. However they get their ring.
I'm never having kids.
They elope. He gonna have a kid by next year. Don't listen to him.
You're really
He's the
on
next
one
one
today.
in
Are you
line.
okay? Is this a sensitive topic for you?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. My bad.
He gonna have a kid.
Yeah.
He gonna have twins now that he
no,
jinxed
but
himself.
this whole topic is niggas ain't shit. Is just women really feel that men do a lot.
But they do.
We're expected to do a lot because of tradition. Because the man will go out, work, you take care of the house. That's old tradition. I'm not saying it's right, but that was it. We're expected to do a lot. Now with women, with the whole women empowerment thing and the lady with the little arm and say we can do it too, you want the cake and you want to eat it too, because now you want to work and now you want my money. You can ask me for my money, and granted, no problem, I'll give it to you. But if I ask for your money, it's looking away. That's double-sided.
You know, women feel like you're the man, you shouldn't be asking for anything.
Then make your own money, don't ask me for anything.
They want to wear the pants too, so at the end of the day, it should be 50-50. It should be mutual.
Exactly my point. That's what I'm saying. Men have to do more in a relationship to please a woman, and the first thing you say, no, they don't. I'm simple or whatever. Have a simple birthday. We really didn't do nothing. We just went here, whatever. They're not gonna gossip about it. It's like, yeah, I had fun. It was cool. We just chilled. We macked. I liked it. It's like, yeah, we just did this. We have to do more. So when we have to do more and then we receive less, we get agitated. We get upset. And then we become
angry.
Ain't shit. Because we're doing so much to please you and to do this other stuff, and we're asking you for the bare minimum.
And that's why we're gonna fuck your best friend too.
The bare minimum isn't
threesome.
Isn't pussy. Don't give me pussy on my birthday, because I had it the day before, so it's not a gift.
Just because you dress it up differently really did not make it.
Just because the panty different don't mean the hole is any tighter.
But I'll tell you what, like I said, I think that when women start making better choices and men start making better choices, we'll have more long-lasting relationships. It can't just be a physical thing.
And it's about trust too, because like I said, there's no reason why this girl be calling me and asking me all this other stuff.
That
like, what do you
as
want?
That as well.
We don't trust these hoes. Who's talking to you, boy?
And you know what? A lot of guys and girls do this too, which I feel also helps to the demise of these relationships. They, instead of just having faith and trusting in their relationship working, they prepare backups. They have their number one, their number two, their number three. They have their roster loaded just in case.
That got me thinking now you're saying that. Maybe I'm a backup and I don't know.
You probably could be.
I mean, I'm not a backup. I'm not a rebound to nobody, to be honest with you.
As far as you know.
As far as I know. You're
Right?
absolutely right. Because I'm just friendly.
Right? So I'm like,
But
when you go into a relationship thinking that it has a possibility of failing, you're already casting doubt into that relationship.
it doesn't make any sense.
The ripples, like, you know, you throw a pebble in the river and the ripples.
All right, and you know that's very true. And we also got to talk about, you know, the whole women saying that niggas ain't shit because they're going out with girls from other races. I mean,
Men,
you got to understand this.
people ain't shit in general.
But understand this though, a lot of guys have experiences. Just like, remember, we base everything that we do based on our experiences in life. So a lot of guys will try to get with black women and face a lot of mind games, a lot of attitude, a lot of defenses,
A lot of
walls up.
weave and wigs.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with weaves and wigs.
I ain't
don't
saying
mind
nothing
it.
wrong with it. A white man is kind of
But-
like, why?
At the end of the day, when they go to a white girl or a girl that's of another race, they have an easier time. I've seen my friends go out and try to talk to black girls, and be met with attitude and not paid attention to, but then they go and talk to a group of white girls and it's fun. They welcome them and they have great conversation and they end up taking it wherever they take it. So there's
who really
not
ain't
as
shit?
much of, well, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like when another race accepts you more than your own, what do you expect is going to happen? All right, it shouldn't be that way. Why do you always have your guard up? I understand that you're gonna say because of what you experienced with past people, but me personally, I don't care what I experienced with anybody in the past. I judge everybody else as their own person.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
That's
we're gonna
it.
take it new.
And I feel
ahead.
like even if I don't care about interracial
Mm-hmm.
dating. None of that crap bothers me. It doesn't. I really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, don't think because you're not dating your race and you date another race that the problems go away.
Right.
Because now it's actually more difficult to do it because now it's a whole cultural different thing.
Right.
Now it's because now you're dating this white guy and he's probably like Italian or Irish or something like that, and his family do things a different way, different from when you was dating Jamal, when you know how it is because you guys were the same race, so it was a little bit more easier.
Or his family could also be racist.
Racist, I mean, I don't want to say racist or
I've
whatever
seen
like
it.
that. I mean, yes, I mean, granted, all those aspects and things too, but I'm just saying there's a lot more different things.
Cultural boundary.
Cultural boundaries, exactly. So just because it's like, I'm not dealing with black guys no more, I'm going to deal with foreign guys. And now you're going to have to deal with foreign problems.
Right.
That's how I feel. So it's like, just because it's not working here, don't mean it's going to work. Because you could date Jamal, have the same problem with Jamal, then go deal with Peter and have the same problems. Like, what happened? It's just it's just men. That's how men is, and vice versa. That's how women are.
Right.
It is what it is. It's like, what can you do? You damn if you do, you damn you don't. Now,
No, that's not true. What you can do is find some.
That wasn't me. That
I
was you.
about to curse. Yeah.
Oh, I
was about to say find some bleeping. What you need to do is find some self-worth and stop selling yourself short and going with stuff that only look cute but don't have no type of substance behind it. Get some people with some standards. If you as a grown woman is looking for a man that can take care of you and provide a good family, get somebody that already has a good job. Definitely, like you said before, make sure they have a car where if anything happens, they can pick you up and take you around.
I'm gonna piggyback off what you said. Make sure you're up to par when you bring yourself to the table.
Oh yes.
Don't just bring yourself to the table
That
with
is
your long
very
belly
true.
and you want this, that, and the third, and you're not doing
Because
anything.
enough of them stairs or two.
Am I wrong? Come on.
Enough of them out there.
I'm just here to be here. Like,
I'm here so I don't get a fine
right.
because you know our contract.
A lot of girls are like that, where they don't even have half of what they're asking for, and they feel entitled just because you're
He
pretty.
knows a lot. That's why he ain't say nothing. You're a smart
I'm just
man.
here to be. I'm just here to be
You're
here.
a smart man. Don't say
Listen,
anything.
just because you're pretty, just because you have a nice body, don't mean that you deserve X, Y, and Z. All right. The same way that you feel like somebody needs to earn you, you gotta earn them the same way. Like, come on now, level the playing field. All right. You see a guy and he have his life together, have your life together. Don't go into a relationship when you got friggin' baby daddy number 1, 2, or 3 trying to kill you and kill anybody trying to get with you. Come on now. Get it together.
I need to respect myself for it.
Yo.
Oh man.
I'm saying, like, come on. Y'all got to find a common ground. And y'all can't keep crucifying a black guy for going out with another race when you know you're going to turn right back around and praise the black girl for going out with somebody from another race.
That's the thing that bothers me the most. Like I said, I don't care about the interracial foolishness.
I don't either.
I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't keep me up at night. But don't be like, oh, he couldn't handle a black woman, so he got him a white woman. And then you're like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. They got
Look
married.
at Rihanna.
Look at the
yes, Rihanna. Yes, you have your sexy white man and
yes,
Ray,
Eve,
Ray,
and he have
Eve.
money and this and that because
All
Chris
that.
Brown didn't do nothing but beat you. Like all of that doesn't need to be said. Love
Right.
is love. That's all what it is. Love is love. You love who you want to love, no matter what the color and the race is. You know, and it's the same thing. Ain't shit, no matter who you are, what color the race is.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So you trying to figure out why niggas ain't shit. Why are you the way you are? For me
Why
to
are
be
you choosing a bunch of ain't shit niggas?
that? And they
Learn
love
yourself.
it. They love it.
They do.
Women love the drama. They love the
Learn
headache.
yourself.
They
Listen.
want to be like, they want to have a story at the wedding.
I said this before and I will say it again. Women do not find the Jeffersons as fun. They find Baby Boy as fun. They want that Jody relationship. Right. They want that slap me aside my head, rough me up, and put me in my place and
Exactly.
give me drama, make me have arguments, and then eat me out and make me. That's the type of
All that.
you want a roller coaster, and that's not stable.
Yeah, because when you walk the flat line, it's boring. He ain't doing nothing. Let me go talk to somebody.
I just
My
want some
life is too
tacos.
good. But girls be like, my life is too good. This is too boring.
This is boring.
And not for nothing, girls will find things to argue about if things are too boring. It'll be about nothing at all, and they'll
know.
argue about it.
I know. And then when you brush it off, seriously?
You don't care about me.
You don't care
Seriously? So that's what you're just gonna brush me off? Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
That's their favorite word.
Man,
Seriously?
inconsiderate.
Yeah, inconsiderate. Oh, insensitive asshole.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite. That's my nickname. I hear that all
That's
the
him.
time.
And then always want to be like, oh, what you won't do, the next nigga gonna do. If you in a relationship, then what?
Yeah, exactly.
Why you even entertaining that
Bye.
thought?
Oh, you feel that way? Bye. Get out my
Right,
face.
deuces. Come
Can
on
you give me a
now.
ride to the train? Let the next nigga do it. Because I ain't
Right.
shit.
All right, guys, we've been on this topic for far too long. This is probably the longest episode of The Spin that we have had this year.
I know.
And this topic could go on for another hour, but we have to cut it short.
Well, for 2 weeks. Talking about boy.
Longer than that, bro.
Talking about boy.
All right, guys, this is Dante.
This is Ray-Bans, man.
Kamar.
And you're watching
The Spin.
I'm tired as fuck.